Welcome to my lesson on the intro solo to Going Down by Freddie King. This was actually requested by someone on YouTube. I don't have time to do a ton of these things, but I thought, hey, this one will be quick. It's only like 8 bars. I'll have no problem kind of cranking through it and turning out a lesson. And then I listened to it and went, there's some really cool stuff here that maybe we could talk about a little bit more in depth. So take a little bit more time with this one. The biggest thing here is that Freddie King, he's in this phase with this album, which is called Getting Ready, where everything's kind of getting funkier. Leon Russell and Don Nix are the producers. He's got some of the members of Booker T and the MGs as the band. There's some great songs on it. I'll put a picture of the album cover up here and a link down below. I totally suggest it. The Freddie King career path kind of starts with him playing a lot of the instrumental, almost like surf blues kind of things that we know from like Hideaway and The Stumble and San Jose, things like that. There's a great album of just those instrumentals. There's a lot of them. But we know a lot of like his later stuff where he's singing some great stuff. Have You Ever Loved a Woman? More traditional bluesy. But then towards the end of his career, he really started playing some really funky music, and there's some really cool stuff. One of my favorite Freddie King albums, which was long out of print, was called The Burglar, which you really got to check out. So a big part of this is literally listen to Freddie King. I think he was only 36 when he passed away, but his career was almost like a band like the Beatles, where you see this definite progression stylistically, and he plays and sings kind of differently all through there. It's really cool. So it's something to check out. This lesson, there's going to be a PDF linked below the video. You can get it for free on my website. We're also going to have the tab on screen for you to watch. The backing track that I'm playing over in the beginning of this is actually available on YouTube, so you can play along with that. It's real fun to jam over. The original song, this solo is 4 bars, and then I believe the form starts after that. It's a 12-bar form, and it's got this really cool 16th note. Right? It's a big, heavy feel. So a lot of rock bands have also played this. Jeff Beck, Aerosmith. I'm sure there's a Joe Bonamassa version. There's a lot of versions out there to check out. It's pretty fun, whether you want to play blues over it or more rock and roll stuff. The backing track that I did for it has a little bit more of my horrible Hammond organ playing than guitar playing on it. But it's fun. And I might even do a little thing on how I did that backing track, because that backing track has some kind of fun drum things on it. As always, if you like the video content we have here, please hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. Please hit the like button. All that stuff helps us out. It helps us reach more people, and it helps us produce more videos in the long run. If there's a topic you'd like to see us cover, or me cover, please let me know. Put it in the comments below. This is actually one of those things someone asked for, and it took me a little while to get to it, but here we go. You guys send me really good ideas, and I think we'll make some videos that you guys will really enjoy. We're going to take this and divide it up into 4 2-bar phrases. It's an 8-bar solo. It's the beginning of the tune. But what he does here is, it makes a lot of sense in terms of how you play it structurally. It's got a really nice form to it. So we're going to look at that first. The other thing that we really want to be aware of is the fact that this song, the feeling, the time goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and the subdivision, instead of going bunt, da dun, da dun, like a shuffle 8th note, it's a straight 16th note feel, like a funk tune. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, right? So where he actually places his notes on that 16th note subdivision also is pretty important. And that's actually something we're going to talk about as we get into each of these little bits. We're in the key of D, and we're starting really with the D minor pentatonic scale. All right. What he's doing is he's taking the note on the 13th fret 2nd string, which is the 7th note, or the minor 7th, and he's bending it up a whole step to the root, which is here, the D right here, or 2, 3, 4, like that. Now, he actually starts it on beat 4 of the first measure of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right. That next lick actually happens, if you notice, I'm going from that bend note, and I'm going to play that same note with my pinky on the 2nd string on the 13th fret. So I can actually do the bend on the 10th fret 3rd string, with my first finger. Now if you notice, all right, all of that bending really happens from back here. You're not pushing the fingers. So really keep that in mind. That's where the power comes from, is here. And you're just really just holding the fingers to move the string that way. So that's the first one. I'll do it one more time for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. The second lick here, all right, it's just a bunch of bends, and you know, and when you listen to it at first, it just sounds like he's going. But really, what's happening is this really cool rhythmic thing. Remember, we were just talking about the fact that we have 16th notes going all the way through this at this tempo: 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Right. This rhythm that he's playing here, it's almost like you've got groups of 3 16th notes superimposed over the beat. So it's like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. All right, it's very syncopated, very funky. All right, so 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2. All right, that's what's happening there is you're just pushing that one note, but you're doing it in that really funky rhythm. The second measure of this, 1, 2 E, 3, or 1, 2 E and a 3 E. All right, he actually breaks it up. Instead of doing that syncopated thing, he's on 1, and then the second beat. So he's not playing that pattern anymore. And he's got that bend. And I actually put a little bit more weight on this note than he does. I don't play it exactly like him because I'm not Freddie King, but it's there. And you're pulling off to the open string there. So the third phrase, he's doing what we've been doing, which is a whole step bend, but then he also adds a 2-step bend, which really isn't as crazy as you think it is. So he starts off going 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice that bends all the way up to this note, right? It's a 2-step bend. But all the power comes from back here. I'm not curving the fingers. You just have to keep in mind, you really want to be specific about the pitches that you play. Whole step bend, which gives you the D. 2-step bend gives you the E. Back to the whole step. He does this hammer on here between the 10 and the 13th. Really quick bend on the 12th fret, 3rd string. And it actually ends on the, which would be the 7th bar, this D right here. 2, 3, 4, 2. All right, that last phrase there, that's kind of the hardest part for me, really, and I don't know why. But he does this on beat 2. So you're playing the 10th fret. He does really small, like a half-step bend, and pull off to this note. And you're kind of basically pushing that 12th fret up a half step. And then the last few notes here, hammer on real quick from 10 to 12, and then 10, and then 12 to pull off to the 10th fret right there. This note here is not in the tablature. For some reason, my tablature software is not cooperating. So basically, you know it's here. And it's a real quick pull off. So that part